everybody, and welcome to the Meadowlands. The rain has stayed away. It is cloudy. It'll be cool a little later on. The Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones along with Randy Cross. Let's first talk about the Buffalo Bills. They come in with a record of 4-2, a game behind at the beginning of the day. The Indianapolis Colts. The Colts right now are losing. That means a Buffalo victory. They could be tied for the lead in the East.
Well, you talk about Buffalo nowadays, you have to start with Jim Kelly, and the K-gun is dead in Buffalo. They try not to run it. It used to be they ran the K-gun in a little conservative offense. This is now a conservative offense. Jim Kelly has not adjusted well. He beat himself up Sunday after the last game. The most important thing for him is to run the conservative passing plays and rely on a defense that has been killing everybody. You know, that Buffalo offense carried that defense for a long time. Now, Bruce Smith and company, Bryce Pop, Spielman, that whole group has got to step up and carry that offense.
Now, with Atlanta leading in late in their ball game, that could mean that the New York Jets, they are 0-7, would be the only team in the NFL without a victory.
Well, they get Keyshawn Johnson back today, 17 days after having his knee scoped. A great ad for him. Corbett on one side is having a great year. You got Morrell running the ball well. That's been important. Keyshawn, quick passing because Frank Reich won't have much time. Also, you look on the other side of the ball. Defensively, the front seven has to play very well to stop the run of the Bills and Thurman Thomas, or Gary Jones going to have to make more tackles. I bet this guy's made 40-something tackles the last three weeks. He's about an inch shorter than he used to be.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the studio. We'll be back with the kickoff in a moment. 57 degrees here this afternoon. The humidity 79%. The wind is calm. Forecast is cloudy. Notice no rain in the forecast, and that's a bit of an upset because we have been inundated in the New York area with rain over the last 36 hours. Nick Lowry will be kicking off for the New York Jets, and Randy, he does not have the strongest leg in the world at age 40.
He doesn't. Last week he lined one in the opening kick against Jacksonville. They returned it about the 40-yard line. When he hangs them, he drops them about the 12, 13-yard line. Buffalo will get good field position off a kickoff with Nick Lowry.
He gets a pretty good one, though. It'll be taken at the 3-yard line by Eric Moles. Moles out to the 15, decked at that point. Ched Kaskadden made it. He's the one that dropped him. We want to welcome those that have been watching the Miami-Philadelphia game. Philadelphia winning that one by a score of 35-28. And here is Jim Kelly as he brings out the offense for the Buffalo Bills. And he has been struggling. Everybody knows about it. 2 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions in 4 ball games. Missed 2 games due to injuries.
Watch this offense closely. They're coming out in 3 wides, 1 running back. It's been a lot more conservative than Kelly's been used to.
And opening up on the ground with the ever-dependable Thurman Thomas. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards on the play. Let's look at the offense of the Buffalo Bills. Here's that offensive line, Randy.
The 2 guys that have to come to the party for the Bills today, Ostrowski and Glenn Parker. They absolutely stunk the joint up last week, got hammered by the Miami Dolphins.
Backs and receivers.
Quinn Early and Andre Reed, quick patterns. They want to go quick early underneath. They know they can go deep.
Second down and 4, 21-yard line. Play action fake. Here is the reverse to Andre Reed. We'll take another look as Reed is down around the 27-yard line.
Opening up with a little razzle-dazzle. You know the Jets have got to be concerned with Thurman Thomas. Despite Kelly's problems, you play the Buffalo Bills, you still worry about Thurman Thomas and the run. And it's a great situation for Marv Levy and his staff when they see that concern with the run to bring in an early reverse, because that just softens up the run defense a little bit.
Bobby Houston pulled him down at the 27-yard line. First down, Buffalo. Opening drive of the ball game. Play action fake. Good protection. Throws off of the fake into the left flat. Tony Klein, the tight end, pulls it in. Let's check out the New York Jet defense. And we'll start with their front 4.
I like the front 4, especially Marvin Washington. Hamilton's the new guy in there as a starter, but Marvin Washington can make people miss and get in the backfield.
And their linebackers in secondary.
Well, Mo Lewis makes this whole thing go, but the guy everybody's been attacking is the rookie, Ray Mickens, at corner.
A loss of a yard on the last play. Second down and 11. Quick pitch on the turn to Thurman Thomas rather than the handoff. And he takes a straight shot up the middle. Rick Hamilton, the middle linebacker for the Jets, is there to make the tackle.
Now, good blocking from the back side of the Buffalo Bills line. Now, watch it as we roll it here. It's stuffed onside. Onside, there's nothing. See, they're pulling the tag. The guard, Reuben Brown, back around. The blocking was so good backside by Hall and company that Thurman had somewhere to go.
3 wide receivers, including Thurman Thomas. So in reality, 4 wides on the set. And we've got a flag down. 12:18, time remaining. We're in the first quarter. Third down and 6 from the whistle sounded.
Prior to the snap, offense number 60. 5-yard penalty.
That's on Jerry Ostrowski, the right guard. That'll take it back to the 26-yard line.
That right side had some problems. You know, Rich Kotite knows that his defensive line, you know, he describes them as a bunch of fighters and battlers. They've got an offensive line in Buffalo. They know run blocks very well. But Kotite also knows his guys are going to get a chance to put some shots on the Buffalo quarterback.
After the penalty, third down and 11. Kelly, good protection, throws way underneath the zone coverage to Thomas, and he is dropped around the 31-yard line. So it's only going to go for 5. It'll be 4th down and 6, and that will mean, of course, that Buffalo will kick it away. Lonnie Young makes the play for the New York Jets.
Come a little closer, Thurman. Come a little closer.
Wayne Crabett is the return man for the Jets, and Chris Moore, with a 42.8-yard average, there he is, number 9, is going to kick. Buffalo has not had a kick block this year. Moore in his career has had a couple of them blocked. Here's Crabett, fair catch at the 26-yard line. No score here between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. We want to welcome those who have been watching the New England-Indianapolis game with the New England Patriots upsetting Indianapolis 27-9.
Well, that tightens up this AFC East race we mentioned earlier with you know, the team everybody wants to bury, the Buffalo Bills, still right in the thick of it. They're still the team to beat in this division. For all the preseason hype about Jimmy Johnson, for all the hoopla about Captain Comeback, Jim Harbaugh in Indianapolis, when it comes down to the time you worry about it in December, you're going to have to beat Buffalo if you're in the AFC East.
All right, here's a look at the offense of the New York Jets. And the Jet offensive line with Elliott, Galbraith, Duffy, O'Dwyer, and Williams. Backs and receivers.
Keep an eye on Keyshawn Johnson. Remember, this is AstroTurf. He's had that recent scope for a cartilage in his knee. It's got to be tough making those cuts, especially off the knee that was scoped.
Second down and 7. On the first play, they picked up 3. Here's Adrian Morrell off the right side. Almost breaks it clean. Just a step away. Jeff Burris is the man who made the play that saved the big game. All right, here is the defense of Buffalo, one of 3 teams that run a 3-4.
And not real 3-4 ends in Phil Hansen and Bruce Smith, because those guys 2-gap. They just stuff people in there. These aren't 2-gap defensive ends.
Linebackers and secondary.
Well, you know, the defensive backs get left alone in man coverage a lot, but those linebackers move and they blitz well.
It is a first down, and here's Morrell. In reality, it looked like a student body left with everybody coming to the near side. And it's going to go for maybe a yard, but that's going to be it. The Buffalo defense led by the linebacker, number 55, Mark Maddox.
This is a fast Buffalo defense that loves to stunt and move. They stunt those defensive linemen. They move those linebackers all over the place. If you're going to do business running the ball, you aren't going to do it to the sidelines. You better go right at them and take your medicine, because once in a while you're going to get stuffed in the backfield. But your best chance is what the Jets did a couple plays ago. Go inside and make it pop quick.
Adrian Morrell already has rushed for 13. Right to throw. Passes right on target. Keyshawn Johnson. He had his knee down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a couple and maybe 3 yards shy of the first down. But first things first, as we go to New York for an update.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. In Dallas, this is how the Cowboys avoided being the Falcons' first victim inside 2 minutes. Troy Aikman to Kelvin Williams, 60 yards and a touchdown to give Dallas a 32-28 win. First time this season the Cowboys have been above 500. They're 4-3, Charlie.
All right, thank you, Greg, for the update. And here's Adrian Morrell as he stretches out to the 50-yard line, and he will pick up the first down for the New York Jets. And, of course, that means that Atlanta losing, they still are looking for their first victory, as are the New York Jets.
Well, you know, Richie Kotite knows his offense has got to attack this defense. A week ago, this defense was frothing at the mouth and just spraying everywhere and splattering Miami Dolphins. Right now, they are not all pumped up, geeked out of their brains, running nuts. The Jets have a chance to get something going here offensively. Be patient, run the ball, and take it at this defense while you got them really not paying attention.
First down, 50-yard line. Going deep, has a man. It is Keyshawn Johnson at the 32-yard line. Gain of 18 yards on the play and the first down. And what a return. That is his second reception of the ballgame. Now 23 on the years, 2.5 weeks after having his knee scoped.
Well, on his first catch, his knee was down and his head was almost down with it. The next one, he gets out of motion. Nice confidence pass from Reich. You know, Frank Reich told us the other day, Charlie, he says, look, I'm going to know where Keyshawn Johnson is every single play. He knows he's going to get pressure. He knows he's going to get a rush. So Corbett and Johnson have to read blitz and be ready to break off their patterns quickly.
Very wise quarterback who knows where Keyshawn is every play. Here's Adrian Morrell, 6'1" tackle, cuts back. Nice groove. 22-yard line. It'll be close to the first down. Let's see where he gets his mark. Kurt Schultz with the tackle.
You know, that play right there, watch the blitz and stunning up front. See, you got Bryce Pop coming down, you got Hansen coming down, Pop misses him, and then the pursuit overreacts. A great read right there by Adrian Morrell. That was not really scheme offensively. That was innate ability from Richie Kotite's halfback, Adrian Morrell.
The Jets have scored only 3 points. Of course, a field goal on opening drives this season. This is their opening drive.
Well, you know, but for Richie can look on the bright side. For the first time this year, he's got the second worst offense on the field. Because Buffalo's offense has not scored very much. They've scored less than the Jets have, and they really are off to a bad start. And Richie's offense right now has got the run going. That is what you got to do against Buffalo, because they want to rush the passer. And they're not nuts about defending against the run consistently.
Buffalo, through their first 6 games, the record is 4-2, have scored only 7 touchdowns. It'll be second down, about a half a yard to go for the first down. Adrian Morrell has already rushed for 27 yards. And he's carried it 5 times. Likes to throw, a little low, incomplete.
Yeah, but those are the kind of passes Reich has got to throw right now against this defense. If he can keep running the ball effectively, his coordinator, Ron Earhart, knows I can soften him up with the run. I can soften him. That'll open stuff up down the field. They can be a little less aggressive on the defensive side. That opens that up. Right now, short passes and a good running game.
Third down, about a half a yard to go. Look for the Jets to go to Adrian Morrell, number 29, the running back. In this situation, this season, he's picked up the first down 78% of the time. And he does here, too. So the Jets will continue now from the Buffalo Bills' 20-yard line. We have no score. The Bills were thwarted in their opening drive, and this is the opening drive for the Jets. 6.5 left in the first quarter.
Well, Charlie, this isn't running to daylight. This is running to a soft spot. There's a soft spot right there. Look who's blocking in that soft spot for him. That is Keyshawn Johnson standing up the defender and making the key block. Watch Keyshawn.
Number 19.
Yeah, he's blocking on his fellow rookie right there. Great block right there. I mean, in a short yardage situation, you want to put your best type of wide receiver on a guy like Matt Stevens.
And here's Morrell again to the left side. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7. Mark Maddox is there to bring him down.
You know, and that really shows me something. We talk about a receiver making catches after a knee surgery. But for Keyshawn Johnson to get out there, and he's blocking against a safety in Stevens inside where the run's coming right at him. Talk about exposing yourself and not really worrying about it. You know, he said, I'm not worried about my knee. He said, AstroTurf doesn't matter to me. I think when you get out there, you never really think it matters until you get out and live bullets are firing around you.
They mark it at the 16-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 6, right to throw. Into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. New York Jets, guess who? Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson told Lynn Berman, who's working the sideline with us today, that I guarantee, oh, those words, I guarantee a Jet victory. And he's got him started.
Well, what he's done, you notice at the end of that play, he pointed at his knee. This is just a good adjustment. Frank Reich throws the ball out to Keyshawn, hoping he knows it's short and can come back at it. Look at Jeff Burris turn his back. When he turned his back, he couldn't see the ball was short. Keyshawn did. Watch where he points. No problem, no knee.
And Nick Lowry now to try and add the extra point. And he does. And the Jets, scoring a touchdown on their opening drive for the first time this year, have moved on top of Buffalo by a score of 7-0. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Cars more Americans trust. By AT&T, your true choice. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping people live safer, more secure lives. That's the freedom of liberty. And by Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands. The New York Jets in front early on the Buffalo Bills. Here is that 74-yard, 11-play scoring drive. Keyshawn Johnson with 40 yards, Adrian Morrell with 34. And Nick Lowry is going to kick off. This one is high, but will be taken about the 7-yard line. Could be a good return for Buffalo. Now across the 20, 25, 30. Breaks clean and then is tripped up as Eric Moles is brought down at about the 40-yard line by Fred Baxter. A 33-yard kickoff return for Buffalo. Field position, their own 40-yard line. Back in a moment.
This is the NFL on NBC.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands. First quarter, the Jets have taken a 7-0 lead on Buffalo. I'm Len Berman, and earlier this week, Keyshawn Johnson told me, I guarantee you the Jets will not go 0-16. It's the first Jet of any kind to make any kind of guarantee since Joe Namath in Super Bowl III. And Charlie, as the Jets took the field, he told me, I am going to have a big game today. So far, he's right. Charlie, Randy?
Oh, I'm glad that you had the right quote, because I just said he guaranteed a win today. At least he got him off to a good start. Here's Thurman Thomas as he carries. Mike Chilinsky, the defensive right end, makes the tackle for the New York Jets. 44-yard line, Buffalo in their own territory.
You know, Charlie, so far, the big deal here is really attitude. The Jets are playing like a team that wants to come out here, wants to get that first win, and the Bills so far, at least defensively, were very soft against Frank Reich and the Jets offense, and offensively, the Bills didn't get a chance to do much.
2nd down and 6. Jets are offsides. This is a free play. Here is Kelly rolling, and he's pulled down after a couple of yards, but he was pretty agile. Everybody's been talking about how slow that he is, but I tell you, you get in pursuit of him, and old Jim takes off, doesn't he?
Hey, I don't matter how old you are, you still get scared.
That's right.
He's got Mo Lewis, who jumped off sides there, coming in his face, who tackles Thurman Thomas.
Now that's slow motion, and he looks good.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you got Hamilton coming from the inside linebacker to get him. Jim's not a big threat. In fact, if he had to do it again, he might slide.
You know, I always forget when I haven't seen him in a while.
Offsides, defense, number 57, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's Walt Coleman, the referee. Jim Kelly is a big quarterback. He's a big guy.
Well, he really is. And, you know, he can thank God he is a big quarterback, because he hasn't been getting very good protection. He's been taking some shots. Something that guy kind of got lost in the shuffle last week was the beating himself.
2nd down and 1. Thurman Thomas has the first down. And again, he's just a step away from breaking a long gainer. Mo Lewis with the tackle. First down, Buffalo in Jet territory.
You remember, Thurman came into this game sort of in search of the the club record for rushing yards held by O.J. Simpson, and he gets this kind of blocking up front. And they are blocking some holes. We've already told you, this group can block for the run. They are big, they are physical, and they love coming straight off and smashing you in the face.
First down, 45-yard line of New York. Play action fake. Here comes pressure, gets it off, and it is incomplete. Pressure coming from Bobby Hamilton. Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, the intended receiver.
Jim Kelly, do you see the smile on his face? It's like, well, you know, some things change and some things stay the same. And right now what's staying the same is he's got to make a fake, turn around, and get rid of the football because he's got Hamilton bearing down on him, who just smacked him on that one. You know, and Jim Vecchiarelli there, the defensive coordinator, knows that. And I've been telling you, they are going to do everything they can to rush the passer on those passing downs because they know they can get shots on Kelly.
Second down and 10 at the Jet 45. New York leading at 7-0 with 3:40 left to go in the first. And here's Thurman Thomas on the draw, and he's going to pick up 4 yards to the 41. It'll be third down and still 6 yards to go as Mo Lewis makes the stop for the New York Jets.
Well, yeah, Marvin Washington's 2-3 yards in the backfield there and should have wrapped up Thurman Thomas. So, I mean, that was good defensive execution by the Jets and just more want to by Thurman Thomas. He just decided he was not going to be tackled. It was not going to be a negative play. It was going to be a positive play.
Third down and 6. Buffalo has yet to convert a third down opportunity in the ballgame. Kelly from the shotgun. And he's got it. Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, has the first down. Victor Green rides him out of bounds after a gain of 11 yards.
Well, you saw Jim Kelly audibilizing. He knew the blitz was coming. The key with the blitz, you're going to get the heat, throw it over the blitz, and look what Johnson did. Let's see how quick he turned that head around to Jim Kelly. He let the quarterback know he was ready for the ball, and that ball was coming.
First and 10 Buffalo. 2.5 minutes left in the opening period. And here's a reverse going the other way. Here's Eric Moe. Moe's a wide receiver, and kickoff return man is finally taken out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So it'll go for about 4, maybe 4.5. It's going to be second down.
Yeah, that's a positive play. Most coaches would say, well, gee, you know, we want a big play on a reverse. But, you know, Marv Levy's from the same sort of school that my old head coach, Bill Walsh, was from. If you're going to do something different offensively, like a reverse, anything 4 yards or more is a real plus play because that affects the defense down the road.
Second down and 5, 25-yard line. Current drive, they use up 3 minutes, 6 plays, and you see the yardage. Kelly steps forward. Now he throws, and it's not good defensive play. And it's Ray Mickens, and he took a beating by everybody, including the opposing team and the media last week. Did not have a good ball game, but he makes a good play here.
Well, he's got 10 other guys on the field, though.
Look at this. Cincinnati up 2 touchdowns, 14-0 on San Francisco. Whoa.
You know, Mickens has got 10 guys, though, Charlie, that are all excited about the way this guy's playing. There's another Texas A&M guy like Jones. He is also at safety, and they really bolster this guy. They say he's very confident. We try to bolster him. He says he doesn't really act like he needs it, though. He's like, no big deal. I know everybody gets beat.
Third down and 5. Kelly has pressure, and he is sacked at the 30-yard line. Mark Gunn gets him. That is his first sack. And that is the 19th time in 4+ ball games that Jim Kelly has been sacked.
Hey, what a difference, though, watching this Bills offense now. When he had that big offensive line with Wolford and Howard Ballard, he ran that K-gun. He seemed to be able to stand back there forever and throw the ball. This is not a case of mobility. This is not a case of a sore arm. This is a case of bad blocking.
48-yard field goal attempt by Christie, and it is good. And that is his longest this year. Buffalo is on the board. Jets lead at 7-3, 1:40 time remaining, first quarter. The first quarter, this is Charlie Jones along with Randy Cross, and the score, the New York Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 3. Steve Christie will be kicking off to either Ronald Moore, number 33, or Henry Bailey, number 85. And Christie, who short, taken at the 10-yard line by Ronald Moore. Moore runs to the right and never gets there. Does not get to the corner. Maybe has 1 yard on the return to the Meadowlands. The New York Jets have a first down at their own 11-yard line coming out. Frank Reich, in the opening drive, completed 3 of 4 for 40 yards in all to Keyshawn Johnson.
I'm interested to see what kind of attitude this Buffalo defense comes in this second drive.
Keyshawn is in the slot on the near side off the line of scrimmage, so he cannot be bumped. And they give to Adrian Morrell, who goes to the right side, and is going to pick up 2, maybe 3 on the play as we go to Greg Gumbel for an update on the Cincinnati 49ers game.
All right, Charlie, turnovers are costing the Niners today. Twice they've turned it over. Twice the Bengals have converted to touchdowns. Jeff Blake here, 15 yards for Garrison Hurst. A 14-0 Cincinnati lead on the San Francisco 49ers in the first quarter, Charlie.
And, Greg, that could be a huge, I mean, huge upset.
Well, we've seen a lot of those this weekend now, haven't we?
We really have. We saw a lot of college runs yesterday. Play action fake. Pass is complete. A great reception. That is Kyle Brady. That is only his 3rd catch of the year. And to tell you the truth, Wright never wants to go to him because he hasn't been catching the ball. Tough catch. Good play.
Charlie, they might stop the game and award him a ball on this one. I mean, this isn't an easy catch. You know, Frank Reich, he goes check, check. He throws it low and away, goes down for it. The only other catch he had, he fumbled the ball and lost it. So, I mean, that's the weapon this offense needs. They need a tight end that can catch.
Gain of 12, first down, 26-yard line, and here's Morrell again. He's going to be rushing close at this point in the first quarter, 38 yards, as we'll take a countdown to the end of the period. The New York Jets scoring on their opening drive. The Buffalo Bills counter punch with a field goal. It is 7-3 New York after 1. Back in a moment. Indianapolis 27-9, the Colts' second defeat. And as you look here in the AFC East, these are the updated standings. And with a victory by Buffalo, they will move back into a tie with Indianapolis in the AFC East. But right now, they've got their hands full with the New York Jets. Reich sets, little swing, right side, nice grab. Reaching out for his Adrian Morrell, pulling it in with his right hand. That is his 11th reception on the year. And David White, the linebacker, is the man that he beat.
You know, so far, Ron Earhart's just calling a very sensible game plan. Not doing anything too crazy. He's trying to get the running game going. Took the one shot down the field that Keyshawn Johnson turned into a touchdown when Reich threw that ball a little bit short.
3rd down and 7. 5 wide receivers. And here comes pressure, gets it up. Caught in traffic and then dropped. Let's see if they rule it a catch. It was Tyrone Davis, the tight end, and they have put in a package just for him in college. He was a wide receiver at Virginia and a very good one.
I think they're going to get Matt Stevens, the rookie safety, for a little pass interference. He was all over him. I mean, talk about an up.
Face mask, 5-yard on the defense, number 23. 5-yard penalty, first down.
You know, what a great change for Ron Earhart in this offense. Really already 2 passes to the tight end. 1, a real good catch right here. I mean, that was definitely a face mask. He was pulled down by the face mask. Good look at Stevens there. He's got that hair Dana going, a little ponytail coming out the back.
First down, Jets at their own 40-yard line. Keyshawn starts in motion, and the give is to Richie Anderson. Anderson, the fullback. This is his 2nd carry of the ball game. He's out to the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
If I'm on the Buffalo sideline defensively, you know, I've got to get the voltage regulator out here and shock a few people and get them going, because right now this Jets offense is running right straight at Wade Phillips there, the defensive coordinator for Buffalo's defense. I mean, that means going right at Chris Spielman inside, going right at Bruce Smith when they move him around, and right at a great big nose tackle in Ted Washington.
2nd down and 3. Keyshawn Johnson in motion. And they run away from the motion. Adrian Morrell almost breaks it again. He has been a step away from a huge gain a couple of times in the ballgame.
I mean, this is string it, wait for your backside Dwyer gets a pancake there about the 3 yards downfield. That was great offensive blocking by the Jets line, and the Bills have a guy down. It's Phil Hansen, the defensive end.
Hansen, the left end on the 34 defense, the 3-4. Adrian Morrell, who you're seeing at number 29, 9 carries now. He's rushed for 51 yards. And as Hansen is being helped to his feet, we've got an injury timeout. Clock is stopped with 13:21. Time remaining in the first half, and the Jets are up 7-3 over the Bills.
For home, auto, life, and business insurance, being in good hands is the only place to be. And by new Speed Stick Gel, it's unbeatable gel protection just for guys.
First down, New York Jets in Buffalo territory. Adrian Morrell, a start, a stop, a start, and a flag. Oh, as the flag comes in, as they sort it out, we might point out that for Frank Reich, most of you will recall that for 9 years, he was Jim Kelly's backup. And he then went to Carolina last year and started once against the Buffalo Bills with Carolina. They lost big. This will be a penalty going against New York. So this is his second start in his career.
Repeat, first down.
Second start in his career against the Buffalo Bills. It is the 13th career start in 11.5 years in the National Football League.
And the old Frank Reich factor as far as getting into the opponent's head, in this case the Bills, is highly overrated. Remember, it's a totally different offense that Buffalo now runs. And the offense right now the Jets are running, they are running. It is very balanced, and the important part of those rushing yards.
It is first down and 20. And again, it's Morrell who gets the call. He's going to pick up 4 yards on the play. As we go to New York, Greg Gumbel with an update.
All right, Charlie, in Denver, Mile High Stadium is a nightmare for visitors, and so is Terrell Davis. As we speak, he is the NFL's leading rusher, helped in no small part by this 71-yard touchdown jaunt. Denver leading Baltimore 14-3. That's a second quarter score, Charlie.
Thank you, Greg. It's true. Denver's for real.
Yeah, they are, and mainly because of Terrell Davis and a very underrated defense.
Second and 16, Reich to throw. On target again, Keyshawn Johnson, 30-yard line, first down. 17 yards on the play. Right now has hit 7 of 8 passes for 75 yards.
And you know what he's doing, really, Charlie? He's getting good protection, but they have softened up the defense. You've got Buffalo playing zone defense instead of your usual man-to-man. They play a lot of man, and they blitz 5, 6, 7 guys at a quarterback. Right now, they're bringing 4 at the quarterback. They're playing zone, and Keyshawn broke that route off perfectly.
First down, 30-yard line. He's throwing this one away. Reich was out of time, and he gets waylaid just after he releases the ball. So it'll be second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And right there, you saw a little bit of Wade Phillips' coaching philosophy. You know, the last play was a little bit of zone and 4 guys rushing. That's not what Wade Phillips likes to do with this defense. He likes to bring at least 2 linebackers on every single play, if not adding a little safety in there into the mix as they go along. That whole philosophy, you know, Buddy Ryan did it for years. Jeff Fisher does it in Houston. Bill Cowher does it down over in Pittsburgh. You don't have enough time to get to that man coverage down the field.
Second down and 10. Keyshawn motion to give his to the fullback, Richie Anderson. Not a lot there, maybe 4 yards. Going to be in the neighborhood of 3rd down and 6.
You know, but even on the run block here, Charlie, what's important is the Jet blockers are sticking on the Bills guys long enough to get positive yards out of plays that are stopped at the line of scrimmage. You know, your running back doesn't get a chance to bounce around that long until a linebacker like Chris Spielman finally gets a shot on you, unless your linemen are sticking on it.
Fun yesterday when we talked with Chris. You know, most ball players will say, you know, my kid's not going to know. He's not going to play football. He said, Noah, his son, what is he, about 6 months old? Yeah. He's going to play.
I feel sorry for Noah already.
I think he already has it doing leg lift. And far side to the fullback, Richie Anderson. And Frank Reich is really hot today. Marlo Perry was chasing him, a gain of 8 yards on the play, and another first down now inside the red zone.
In the last 3 plays, Richie Kotite's seen the Buffalo defense play zone twice, man once with a big blitz. The big blitz and the man resulted in a knock on Reich, and the 2 zones ended up on a big play to Keyshawn and another play to Anderson. You better start getting to Reich or you'll get a lot of confidence, and that could hurt you down the road if you're the Bills.
This is the 19th time this year that the Jets have been inside the red zone, and suddenly they're back out as Morrell is dropped by Chris Spielman, who we were talking about, for the loss.
Now, this guy just playing, he is a football player. He also happens to be one sick puppy. This guy is a hardcore all the way. You know, he's got this very angelic, you know, photo they hand out by the Buffalo Bills. I mean, he looks like he's an absolute little choir boy. This guy is as far as you can get from a choir boy. He wears a shirt that's been like laundered twice in his life. He's got a tie that's been tied for 5 years. He's never untied it.
He just hangs it over his head.
He's a football guy. He can care less about anything else.
2nd down and 16. Reich underneath the coverage. It is incomplete. He's going to Wayne Corbett. Corbett has been shut out thus far in the ballgame. The Bills told us that they could well double Corbett. They may be doing that. I think they'll change it. They'll double Keyshawn, and then they'll leave Corbett with single coverage.
Well, you know, I don't know about doubling Corbett. Corbett's a guy that has done an awful lot in the last year or so, but if he's going to beat you, you have got to make him beat you one-on-one. Keyshawn Johnson is the guy you worry about down the field. New York has already proven that. So, you know, if Ron Earhart can look up and say, oh, they're going to double Corbett and leave Keyshawn one-on-one, they might score 60 points if they go one-on-one against Keyshawn Long.
3rd down and 16. The Jets have already used more than 7 minutes in this drive. Going to Keyshawn, and it is incomplete. His arms were pulled away. Good defensive play.
Well, Jeff Burris is right there as the ball gets there. And the second the ball gets there, the thing you got to watch for is watch the extra set of hands come around Keyshawn. See, he gets between the quarterback and the defender, and then those hands wrap around and pull the ball out. That ball is put right on the money. It's right where Keyshawn wants it, and now it's right where Burris wants it. It's on the ground.
Now a 43-yard field goal attempt by Nick Lowry. He has 374 successful field goals. Will this one come back for him? Off of the upright? No. It does not carry him through. It is no good from 43 yards away. So Nick Lowry misses. The score remains Jets 7, Bills 3.
Hot and wow. Call Domino's now.
You know, kickers get in a comfort zone, and here the comfort zone is, hey, I can rely on the wind. I put it out there, I let the wind blow it back. Well, folks, this might be a Meadowlands record for lack of wind, because that one never comes back, hits the upright, and oh, Rich.
So Buffalo takes over at the spot of the kick, which was their own 33-yard line. They trail the Jets 7-3. Kelly opens with a play-action fake. Good protection, goes downfield, and the pass is complete for a first down to Lonnie Johnson, his tight end. A gain of 12 yards. Ray Mickens is the man who brings him down. He had the coverage on the play. First down.
Charlie, Jim Kelly made the point to us yesterday when he said, hey, look, all week long I've been in my guy's face. When he says my guys, he doesn't mean Thurman Thomas and Bruce Smith. He means his offensive line. He's been in those guys' face all week long, telling them, you got to keep people off me. You got to block for the run. If you do that, I'll do my part.
Well, thus far, they have given him time to throw. Thurman Thomas around the left side into Jet territory and out at the New York 48-yard line.
Well, they've given Jim Kelly time to throw, and they've given Thurman Thomas somewhere to go with the run, because this is a nicely executed running play. Watch, Ostrowski and Parker are coming from the backside. This is the counter tray, and this is a big counter tray when you're talking about pulling 320-pound offensive linemen. They get out there well. And how does Thurman Thomas finish it off? He finishes it off with a shoulder into a defender. So, I mean, all the way around, that's a plus.
A gain of 7 on the play. Thomas now has rushed for 31 yards. He needs to pick up 63 yards this afternoon to break O.J. Simpson's career rushing record for the Buffalo Bills. And this is just straight ahead for the first down. Thurman Thomas again. Marvin Washington with the tackle. Thurman Thomas is one of only 3 running backs who have rushed for 1,000 yards or more 7 consecutive seasons. He's in good company, Eric Dickinson and Barry Sanders.
Yeah, an interesting stat on Thurman, though, is as he's gone along in his career, his rushing average has gone down and down. It used to be in the low 4s at the beginning, then it went up to the high 4s towards the late 90s and early 90s. But since about 92 or so, it's been around 3.6, 3.7.
He's been replaced by Derek Holmes. Play action fake, wide open. It's Lonnie Johnson, turns downfield. Oh, somebody blew an assignment. There wasn't a Jet within 10 yards. 29 yards on the play. Rick Hamilton finally brings him down.
Well, does anyone have any questions on how important a tight end is to a quarterback that's struggling a little bit? Johnson is not the primary receiver. He's dragging across this entire defense late. And I don't care how bad Jim Kelly may have been playing the last few weeks. You leave a guy out there with nobody around him for about 20 yards, he's going to find him.
Oh, yeah. First down at the Jet 15-yard line. Here's the draw to Derek Holmes. Spin move. He's down again. He's going to end up losing about 5 yards on the play. You can see from the overhead shot, part of this is artificial surface. Part of it is dried out. Part of it is still damp from all the rains that we had. And so it's it could be in some areas a little slip and slide.
I don't know, Troy. I just think his head was a little too fast for his feet.
He was in a hurry to get there.
Well, you know, he saw what was happening. He got that draw that late with all those people around him. He started spinning and moving, and he outspun his feet.
3 wide receivers for Buffalo. Holmes is the remaining back. Kelly has completed 5 of 7 for 56 yards. Sets pump fake, goes into the end zone, overthrows everybody. There's a flag around the 5-yard line.
Mickens is going to get hit, I think, for a little late bump down the field, illegal contact.
That may have been an uncatchable ball, though.
Well, it was uncatchable because the guy couldn't get there is why it was uncatchable. Illegal use of hands.
Against the Jets.
Remember, Jim Kelly's throwing that ball not to the receiver, but where he thinks the receiver's going to be. The official has to say, would he get there without the bump?
Illegal contact on the defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, first down.
See, the group to look at here, watching the lower part of the screen, this matchup here, it's going to go down about 20 yards, then watch the stop, then watch the go. There's the stop, there's the go, there's the illegal contact. That's a very liberal 5 yards down the field Mr. Mickens tried to get away with, and he didn't.
After the penalty, first down at the 14-yard line. Derek Holmes again stops, cuts back inside the 15 to the 14, which is the line of scrimmage. So he's not going to pick up any yardage on the play. Marvin Washington with the stop.
Yeah, Holmes is running awfully cute for kind of a fullback type body. He doesn't have quite the feet that Thurman Thomas has, who's now back into the game. He's got the the fullback mind, or the fullback feet, and the halfback's head. And the halfback head's getting his feet in a lot of trouble.
So far this season, Holmes has rushed for about 200 yards. Meanwhile, Thurman Thomas is over the 400-yard mark. 2nd and 10. A fade into the corner, a timing. Did he have it inbounds? They're going to discuss it and say no. He was out.
No contact or no contact. That's the key in that play. When he catches the ball in the air, was there contact made that it wouldn't let him come down? He's working against Glenn.
Quinn Early.
Watch Early go up. Wonderful catch. Let's watch here. We're going to see right here. Watch the feet.
First one's out. First one
I think the back of the first foot was out.
That's the heel. You're right. So it's 3rd down and 10.
That was about as good of a no catch as you're going to see, though.
Oh, that's true. And Kelly wants a timeout. That stops the clock. 5:21 left. 2nd quarter. Jets are up by 4.
Captain comeback Jim Harbaugh leads the first-place Colts into the nation's capital to battle a surprising Washington Redskins. Or a mile-high matchup atop the AFC West when John Elway and the Broncos host Marcus Allen and the Chiefs. Or regional action, the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
5:21, that is the time remaining in the 2nd quarter. A very quick ball game. The Jets have had the ball 2 times, the Bills have had it 3 times, and this is what Buffalo has done this year. in the red zone inside the 20. They are tied for 29, so tied for last.
And that's at scoring touchdowns, not scoring. Buffalo's the best in the league in defense, but they're the worst on offense so far this year.
Only 26% of the time have they scored a touchdown. Incomplete. Eric Moles, the intended receiver, and remember that was 3rd down and 10, and Steve Christie, who has already hit from 48 yards, his longest this year, will come in with a field goal attempt.
And that percentage just dropped off that graphic you just saw. We're going to have to update it because now they are in
30th place.
It's going to be 13 of 16 of scores, but only 4 touchdowns.
32-yard field goal attempt. And it is good from 32 yards away. So the Bills climb within 1 of the Jets, 7-6. Back with the kickoff in a moment. Across the Jets' margin now has been cut to 1, 7-6 over Buffalo. Steve Christie with a pair of field goals is kicking off. And is taken by Henry Bailey on the return. Bailey to the 20 and slides across. He's going to be down around the 23 of the 24-yard line on the return. 19 yards on the return. Here's a program note. Next Saturday at 1:30 Eastern, it's the Breeders' Cup live from Toronto, Canada. Watch as the incomparable Cigar looks to leave his mark in horse racing history by winning an unprecedented 2nd straight Breeders' Cup Classic. Final race of his storied career. The richest day in racing, the 13th running of the Breeders' Cup next Saturday at 1:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 p.m. here on NBC.
Charlie, you acted so shocked when you heard that 14-0 Cincinnati-San Francisco score?
Yes.
Does the fact that it's 21-0?
I'm more
Jeff
shocked.
Blake now has 3 touchdown passes. That shock you a little bit more?
Woo! I'm going to cardiac arrest.
Yeah, so related to Barlow and that whole organization.
Meanwhile, there's Wayne Corbett with his reception out at the 30-yard line. What a year he is having. He is #1 in the NFL on 3rd down receptions for 1st down with 18. He has 41 receptions on the year. He had 12 receptions in last week's ball game, and he is just having an outstanding year.
And, you know, there's only one guy, I think, in the entire world that thinks better things are yet to come for Wayne Corbett, and that's Wayne Corbett. He's convinced he will have a long, illustrious career.
And I think that he well may. I have a feeling here's Richie Anderson, the fullback carrying, and Phil Hansen, who was out for a while, is now back in. You know, but Corbett may be one of those players who every year just barely makes the team and ends up being a star year after year after year.
Well, you know, last year a big shock, a free agent type guy. I mean, a guy comes from Hofstra, makes your football team. He's used to watching you through the fence, and he makes your football team and leads you in receiving. Now you get all these free agents like Graham. You have #1 pick in Keyshawn. You bring in Van Dyke. You bring in Webster Slaughter. It's obvious you don't want this guy.
3rd down and 1. Oh, this will be close. This will be, may not make it.
No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He came up short. That is why you don't want to go sideways on that defense. You got to go at him, Charlie.
So it's going to be 4th down, and Brian Hansen will be kicking.
Keyshawn Johnson was in motion. That's where they're attacking, getting a crack back there on Stevens. But you can't allow for the other 3 guys, Burris and Spielman, and actually it was Washington coming all the way around from the nose guard was out there.
Well, Brian Hansen kicking to Jeff Burris. Burris will pull it in at the 17-yard line. Now to the 20, has an opening, 25, another opening, 30. Good return underway, and then it's trapped and brought down about the 47-yard line. And it was Reggie Cobb who saved the touchdown. Time and time again, both the Jets and the Bills have saved touchdowns. 29 yards on the return after a 49-yard catch.
Now this is part setup, part blocking, a lot of instincts because it's set up to go outside. Burris sees a hole and just goes for it. And not that block. That tackle right there, Burris goes a lot farther. Maybe goes all the way because he was getting down to the fact where it was just going to be him and Hansen, the kicker.
47-yard line, Bills in their own territory. They trail 7-6. They're down by 1. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Kelly on target. 3-step drop. And he comes back and hits Andre Reed. I believe that is Reed's first reception of the ball game, his 30th on the year.
Jim Kelly being very poised right now. He's getting a little better protection than what he started with. Very quick passes, and right now very accurate passes. right into the middle of a zone defense. He put it right there before the safety and after the cornerback.
Change will come out for a measure. Remember a while back we were talking about Chris Spielman and his son Noah. He wanted him to be a football player. Now we were talking with Jim Kelly. He has a young daughter. He said that's the reason, by the way, as a sidebar, the Bills had to sit on their plane for 3 hours yesterday before they could take off because of the weather here in New York. And Kelly, he said he went to sleep. You got a young daughter, so you sleep anytime you want to.
Yeah.
He said, but I'm glad. He said, I come home at night. It doesn't make any difference on Sunday. We win, we lose. She doesn't care. She just gives me a big hug and loves me.
Might be the only person in Buffalo that hasn't given him a bad time about the start he's been on.
You may be right. And here is Thurman Thomas. He picks up the first down. Victor Green with the stop.
Charlie, there are no bigger fans of the Buffalo offense right now than the Buffalo defense. The Buffalo defense has been doing their part the last couple of possessions. They've stuffed them down. They've watched their offense move the ball effectively. They would love to take a few pom-poms right there. You see Thurman Thomas, 41. That leaves them 21 short of that record held by O.J. Simpson. Career rushing yards for the Bills.
Little play action fake. Now going deep down the sideline, and it is no good. Quinn Early. But he was being pinned against the sideline by Ray Mickens. I tell you, Mickens has made a couple of really good plays in the ballgame.
He made a couple of great plays last week where he just got beat by a superior arm from the quarterback. And on that play, Jim Kelly drops this ball almost in perfectly. It's very good coverage. Watch how this ball drops in. Mickens can't get to it. The only one that can really get to it right there is Early. And even if he'd have caught it, he'd have been out of bounds.
And Mickens kind of got his hand in the mix.
Not bad for a quarterback with a sore arm, huh, Charlie?
No, that's right. 2nd and 10. Let's try the other side. And this one is incomplete. Again, outstanding coverage, this time by Carl Greenwood. Eric Moles, the intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd down and 10.
In that case right there, the Moles had a little bit more leg than Jim Kelly had arm. Jim Kelly floated that one out there, and Moles just kept on jetting right along. I love it. Moles
got a little face.
Don't look. He got his hands over his interface mask. He was covering his eyes.
Bills have converted only 1 of 4 3rd down opportunities, and this was a long one, 3rd and 10. Over the middle, and incomplete. Thurman Thomas had his hands on it for a moment. I think came up and hit his face mask, and it was incomplete. Lonnie Young had the coverage.
Just perfect execution by the Buffalo's offense. At least 10 of the guys in the Buffalo offense. That's called worrying about where you're going to run with it before you catch it. Jim Kelly knows he's done his part. That's about how close they've been this year.
Oh, Chris Moore is going to kick it away. Wayne Corbett is the return man. Little pooch kick goes for the corner. Doesn't get the corner. Taken at the 11-yard line by Corbett. A nice quick return. And showing what he likes to call his swervability, as we now have the 2-minute warning. 1:57 left. First half, Jets by 1. Greg Gumbel with Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs, and Chris Collinsworth. Scores and highlights. Jim Gray has an interview with Jerry Rice. Meanwhile, we have 1:57 left to go in the first half, and the Jets at their own 21-yard line. The nose tackle for the Bills, Ted Washington, he is a good one. And the defensive right end, number 78, Bruce Smith, is a great one. 7 sacks. We haven't heard that much from them.
Well, Jumbo Elliott and Roger Duffy, making his start at a 3rd different position this year, starting at center, is doing a great job.
Shotgun, it is dropped. Tyrone Davis. Again, the tight end, who was a wide receiver at Virginia, and this is part of his package that they put in. Now, he is 0 for 2 as a receiver.
Well, they bulked his package up, Charlie. You know, this is the guy that played wide receiver, and they've got him now listed at about 260 pounds.
So, I mean, that is big for a wide receiver.
But that's most guys' dreams. You know, you're 22, 23 years old, and they tell you you're not going to eat enough burgers, not drinking enough beer. You got to bulk up with a few milkshakes.
We can do that, couldn't we?
In a heartbeat.
4 wide receivers. Here's the draw, Richie Anderson. And now the Jets in the hurry-up 2-minute offense. Keyshawn is wide to the near side. Corbett will be in the slot far side. We have a timeout called. And
Marv Levy is livid.
30 seconds.
He is screaming.
Timeout.
They're going to charge that to the Buffalo Bills. That is their second timeout. They have 1 remaining. The Jets have 3. Back in a moment. Roger Duffy snapping from the shotgun. Keyshawn has it. At the 37-yard line, first down. Remember, that was 3rd down and 8. He picks up 14.
Oh, they brought a zone blitz there, and Keyshawn Johnson broke off his route, went inside on that zone.
First down, Jets 37. This one is tipped. It's going to be intercepted. Matt Stevens has his first interception. Tyrone Davis, the intended receiver, he's 0 for 3.
Well, you know, he made that one circus catch where Stevens got the face mask, and since then, I think what he's doing right here is he's, you know, he talked about that package they put in for him. I think his package just got a lot smaller. Couple of drops right there, and that drop there bounced off his shoulder pad and turned into a pick for Stevens.
And we have 1:17, a lot of time remaining in the first half. But again, Buffalo has only 1 timeout remaining. They start from their own 48-yard line, first down.
Well, 1 minute and 17 seconds. If Jim Kelly is in his patented K-gun with 3 wide receivers in Thurman, this is how he got famous at quarterback for the Bills in these situations.
And they're still running this offense in the 2-minute situation. Now with the incomplete pass, of course, that will stop the clock.
Did they put like a 3rd point on the ball I didn't catch? I mean, these things are bouncing off
They
guys.
really are.
You know, Thurman Thomas on the last Bills possession bounced one off him. Davis, it bounced one off him. I mean, Jim Schaffner, the quarterback coach right there, has got to be thinking the same thing. I mean, what does Jim got to do? He's put the ball in the guy's hands twice in a row.
He is incomplete on his last 4 attempts. And now he is simply, he's grounding it, but I don't think they're going to call that.
No, it was right. It wasn't grounding at all. Lonnie Johnson was right there in front of him. That's not grounding.
He was grounding. No.
He was getting rid of it.
He's getting rid of it. He was avoiding the loss.
Getting rid of it, Charlie, is legal. Grounding it is illegal.
All right, he's avoiding the loss. Okay.
Well, yeah, this is just good coverage downfield by the Jets. He's got nowhere to go. He thinks about running, and then he says, well, I don't think so. Gets grabbed around the foot by Matt Brock.
Suddenly it's 3rd and 10. Little pump fake, he throws, and this is going to be a first down. Quinn Early pulls it in. He goes to the 40-yard line of the Jets, 12 yards on the play, and the first down.
A minute and 2 seconds left because Quinn Early got out of bounds on that play and got the first down. And that's Jim Kelly showing just enough mobility that Jim Vaccarelli, the defensive coordinator, has got to start worrying about him and keeping him in the pocket.
Shotgun with Thurman Thomas with him, and he hands off to Thurman. And he is down at the 40-yard line. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Kelly loves this offense because he's in control. He really likes that feeling.
Well, he loves the offense. The problem with the offense is the inexperienced linemen in front of him don't know it as well as Jim Kelly.
Kelly again buys some time. Oh, look at this. Wide open. Inside the 20. Kind of a semi-slide to the 18. 22 yards for Jim Kelly.
Well, Jim Kelly got in his lineman's face this week. He said, you guys got to help me out. You got to make things happen. And right now, he moved on the last play. He got him the first down with a pass. And this is Jim Kelly making something happen. This is not what Marv Levy would like to see him do. Get out and almost get hit. But this is what Jim Kelly's got to do right now. He's got to be the spark. He's got to be the motivator. He's got to be the difference.
And Buffalo takes a timeout. That is their last timeout. The Jets, of course, still have their 3 remaining. We have 31 seconds left. And the Bills, once again, are in the red zone. And this year, again, only 4 touchdowns inside the red zone.
Well, the most important thing this late in a half, with 31 seconds to go, you would love a touchdown. You will take a field goal. You absolutely can't have a turnover.
The Bills trail by 1, 7-6. It is going to be incomplete, throwing short to Quinn Early. But it does stop the clock.
You know, Jim Kelly, look at his face. That is a planned play. Much like the underthrow with Keyshawn Johnson from Frank Reich for the touchdown. Look at Quinn Early working on Glenn. He sees the ball's underthrown, he pushes off, and he drops the ball. I swear, we haven't seen it. Jim, you're throwing a ball with 3 heads on it. He and Frank got balls in the bag somewhere. There are 3 points on this thing because the guys can't catch it.
Kelly has completed only 7 of 17. 2nd and 10. This one is kicked in the air, and it is incomplete. Whoa, that can become dangerous.
Well, John Fino almost had a little fantasy camp working from his left tackle position. He was trying to make that catch. Actually works out better for Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills that he didn't, because the incompletion stops the clock. The catch would have kept it going.
Matt Brock is a man who got a hand on it. He is the only defensive lineman for the Jets that started every game this season.
Remember, 21 seconds left, guys. If he catches that ball, they don't have any timeouts left. The clock runs out.
3rd down and 10. You figure he will throw one more time, but he'll throw into the end zone. 3 wide receivers. Has time, throws to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Ray Mickens breaks it up. Quinn Early, the intended receiver. Mickens again makes a good play.
Good defensive play, but you know, the Buffalo Bill receivers have dropped some passes, and they've seen some passes get tipped and just sort of go by them. This might go in the latter category. Watch the end of this play. Early stops, gathers himself, and the ball goes right through his hands. You saw the graphic earlier, 7 of 18 now for Kelly. He's had at least 5 drops.
Here's Christie. He is 2 for 2 in the game, and this one is no good. Hitting from 48 and 32, but this time missing from 36 yards away. And he misses with 10 seconds left, and that means that the Jets will take over at the spot of the kick.
Almost as bad as a turnover in the red zone is to do all this work and have your kicker miss the field goal. That is absolutely unexcusable. You just don't do that. It's almost like throwing an interception in the end zone right now for the Buffalo Bills to get the ball with 1:12 or so left on the clock, drive it down the field, and come away with no points. A big plus, a win-win situation for the Jets.
The Bills out of timeouts. Frank Reich will just kneel down. They'll take the count to make it official. And so the New York Jets leading at halftime over the Buffalo Bills by a score of 7-6. We've seen upsets yesterday. We've seen some today. Could this be one? Be with us for the second half, as right now we're going to go to our NBC studio, and here's Greg Gumbel. Jets 4